certain things in this book that everybody just agrees on. Type of mentality that you need to have, type of mindset that you need to have. I would recommend this book to my grandkids. For real. It's fire. You too, fam. I want to thank you for tuning in again this week, day, whatever it is for you. If this is your first time Woo! If this is your first time to my channel, welcome. I hope that you find this a good grace, man. My name is Ken Banks, and I am here to help you persevere in life. Right here is going to be the best self-help books 2020 edition, in my opinion. I got 5 for you that everybody should read. And if you are a personal development OG per se, then you probably read these books already. And if you haven't, please put them on your to-do list ASAP. Because these are bangers. Now, I have these books, but I will not pull every book out because it's going to kind of be tedious for me. So I'm going to put a picture of the cover somewhere on the screen here, okay? I got 2 honorable mentions. I could do a lot more, but I wanted to keep this video kind of shorter. So the first honorable mention is going to be The Dip. Now, this book really helped me a lot because this book is about knowing what you should continue pursuing and achieving and putting extra work and time into, and some things knowing when to walk away from something. Knowing when you put too much time into something and it's not for you. It's important because sometimes we are afraid to give up. Sometimes we need to stop doing something and not thinking the word give up. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say give up, but move on to something else. You understand? So The Dip, if you have a hard time continuing something or you have a hard time knowing when to stop, read The Dip. All these books that I'm going to mention right here, I'm not no person that want to read no movie. Like, I'm 250 pages or something like that. I ain't reading no Harry Potter. I'm not that. I read books that I feel like I could use today. The next honorable mention is going to be The Outliers. And The Outliers is basically talking about how people become successful, where we think that these are just people who are just so gifted in some sort, but it actually tells you how things work, how time and opportunity and things play effect into people's success. It's a very good book. It shows a lot of details. It talks about Bill Gates. It talks about, how, hockey players become so good and things like that. And it's just a very, very interesting read. And Malcolm Gladwell is actually a really, really good author. I haven't read all of the books. So I'm not going to say that, but he's a really, really good author. And The Outliers is an amazing book. You should check it out. I'm gonna start from 5 and go down to 1. So number 5 for me, because these are in order of telling you but all these are bangers. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But these are books that I'm telling you that you should read. If you want to start, whatever, it's the best one in my opinion, then do that. But this one right here is Stop Doing That Shit. Man, this is a good book. But this book right here is really about self-sabotage, man. And honestly, I feel like a lot of people battle with self-sabotage, myself. And it was a very, very powerful read. And the guy is very, very straightforward and blunt. And you can tell from the title of the book that this is how he is, you know what I mean? So it's a very, very good read. It talks about different ways people sabotage themselves, how, how we view ourselves affects how we, live life, and how we view the world and how we view other people can play effect on how we actually, live our life and pursue things, you know what I mean? So I believe self-sabotage is a big problem because if you're in your own way, you got to be your biggest fan. So how can you win if you aren't even cheering yourself on? So guys, if you're looking for any type of resource to help you deal with this, mental issue, whatever, read this book. It's short. I'm telling you, all these books is less than 300 pages for sure. If I'm not mistaken, they're definitely less than 300 pages. I don't be reading, like I said, I'm not reading no 10 episode series or no book. I'll watch the movie. This next book is, man, it's a banger. A lot of people love these books. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a What the God dang. This book right here, man, I'm telling you, is really, 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 really good, man. It talks about not caring what people think and not allowing it to affect you so much, you know what I mean? And to some degree, what people think is going to play some effect, but never let it throw you off, never let it hold you back, never let it stop you. If you are dealing with, any type of self-doubt or, people pleasing or any type of sort of people just affecting how you move and make your decisions, read this book, man. It is very, very amazing. It's a good read. This is a very good author. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. So if you're dealing with that, I'm not gonna give you like the complete reviews on this. I'm telling you, I wanted to kind of keep it low, but I'm telling you, you can find a lot of information on these books on YouTube, and just a lot of these authors are on Instagram too. So I'm telling you, these are just, I'm not getting paid by this. This is no promotion. These are just personal must reads in my opinion. You need to read these books. This next book, matter of fact, this top 3 for me is very challenging because these could have rolled in any order. They could have came in any order, I promise you. But these are my 3 favorite books of all time. My 3 favorite books of all time that I wish I read and read and read over before this point in my life. I wish I would have read these books 100 times already. But this book at number 3 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Because financial literacy is so important, and money is taught. How you view money is probably taught from when you was a kid. The way you think about money was taught to you. And this book tells you how the man, his father wasn't necessarily poor, but he was poor because he had too many liabilities, too many bills, and his best friend, his dad was an entrepreneur, and he taught them how to be financially free. He taught them how to get out of that workers mentality and learn how to be a businessman and learn money. A lot of people think they know money. This teaches you how money works and how you systematically train to make money, to work for money instead of money working for you. How to turn $1 into 2. This is an amazing book, and it's a must read because everybody deals with money. Financial education, literacy is important. If you haven't read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, right now, this book is it's old, it's a classic, it's old. But if you read this book, I'm telling you, it applies. It applies today, tomorrow, then. This next book, oh my God. Oh my God. Think and Grow Rich is an amazing book. It's an amazing book. The details of it, the guy was under, Carnegie, and he was told to interview the top successful people in the world and figure out what commonality people had for becoming successful or extremely successful. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken. It's been a little minute since I read the book, but so that's the narrative. That's the perspective of it. You know what I mean? That's what it's coming from. So the person I wrote this book talked to a lot of successful people. You know what I mean? Now, with that in perspective, this book is fire. The reason why it says Think and Grow Rich, because there's certain things in this book that everybody just agrees on. Type of mentality that you need to have, type of mindset that you need to have. I would recommend this book to my grandkids. For real. It's fire. It's like a book that when you're reading it, you wish you want to talk to people about it. Man, golly. It's like you want to talk to people about this book. When you read this book, you want to be in a book club immediately to talk to people about this book. It's really, really good. This is no gas. I'm not getting paid from it. This is how I literally feel. This is an amazing book. Even if you're not a reader, read this book. Audio it. Look at the YouTube people talking about it, summaries, the people who going in depth about it. Man, look, Think and Grow Rich is amazing. And I know that the title sounds cliche and corny and cheesy. Man, this book is fire. I don't care what nobody say. It's just like Stephen Curry's jump shot. There's just nothing you can say about it. It's just good, bro. It's not overly hyped. It's just good. It's just good. I'm sorry, that's just what it is. It's like Michael Jackson's music, man. I'm sorry, I don't care about whatever. It's just good. It's just good. This book is just amazing. Ooh, okay. Now this is tough, but if you ask me my favorite book, I'm going to always say this. Always say this. Just like my favorite movie is The Pursuit of Happiness. It always will be. Why? Because it hits here, man. It just hits here. This book, it hits me right here, man. It just does, man. I don't even like own this book physically. I got it from the library and read it. And I'm gonna buy it just to add it to my library, but I also wanna read it again because to me, it helps a lot and it helps me a lot. Like this is a book that I wish I read a long time ago because as I'm reading it, I can instantly use what I'm learning in this book and apply it to everyday life. Literally. Like every couple pages I read, I can go out in the world and apply it. This book is how to win friends and influence people. Now me, you guys might not seem like it because I'm doing this video, but at the same time, like I said, I'm a shy, awkward, introverted person. Extremely, you know? But people think that, oh, introvert, you don't like to know. Like, I enjoy talking about things that I enjoy. So that's why in this video, you can see me like, oh, it doesn't seem like it. No, in person, I'm like, not like this for real. I can be in my own element or around certain people that I'm extremely comfortable with, you know what I mean? Or just talking about certain things, you know what I mean? But listen, this book helped me out a lot. And that's why it's my number one. Is it technically better than Rich Dad Poor Dad and Think and Grow Rich? Arguably. I think it's gonna be dependent on person to person, but for me, I Want Friends and Influence People is an amazing book. It tells you literally how to treat people, how to talk to people, how to, you know what I mean? Like connect with people, comprehend. And it's not really like the idea of influencing people. It's more so ever like how to motivate people, how to inspire people. You know what I mean? If you know how to motivate somebody, you can influence them. You know what I mean? Like some people like, hey, if you're a manager at work and you're like, hey, man, the best employee this month, we're gonna change the employee of the month thing, and you're gonna get like $100 Amazon gift card and so of this and stuff like that. Some people are gonna be motivated by that. You know what I mean? It's just knowing how to communicate with people, how to connect with people, and how to like when it matters, man. It's like a job interview. You know what I mean? This book is amazing. Like I will probably do a review on this book, but this is a book that I want to read multiple times throughout my life, honestly. It's just really good, man. I'm sorry I'm saying this a lot, but it just is, man. Some things just is, and you can't explain why. It just is. If you don't want to read the book, it's not even long. If you don't want to read the book, please do a YouTube summary on it. Like, do an audiobook if you have to. These are amazing books, and these are books that you should read this year during quarantine or whatever the case may be. But I promise you, when you read this book, you're gonna instantly want to talk about it, instantly want your friends to read it, instantly want your loved ones to read it. It's just like, guys, I want to thank you for watching this video, man. If you made it to this point, please drop a hashtag persevere in the comments. If you found value from this video in any way, or you enjoy any of these books yourself, hit that subscribe button for me, man, so we can get 1,000 subscribers this year. Dang. Also, in the comments, let me know your top 5 favorite self-help books that you have read, or just in general, you know what I mean? But I'm looking for some more books because I think reading is very important. And there's a common occurrence with people who read and people who are successful. So I think people should read in general. It's not something that you just do in school for a grade. You should be reading. You should continue to learn because knowledge is everything. Self-knowledge is the most powerful knowledge. So self-help books are the most powerful books in my opinion because they're teaching you how to be better you, you know? And that's just double whammy right there. So, as always, be blessed, guys. Continue to persevere.